Hi everyone. So we are going to look into Roanoke now, the missing island of Roanoke, because the Appalachian videos led into that and how they actually really started potentially with Roanoke. But with that being said, let's take a look at this. So we're going to go gentle first with the White Sage Tarot. And what do they have in store? You just can't do it. It seems the back story of these highly significant times of a no. That war was based on a no, on a go, on a low, on a bow. So when you went, oh, you went, this is derogatory, and it really isn't. It's AHO, which means pirating. Pirating. So when you go through that, you go, there was no judgment, no lack of skill, but no judgment. What's the trickery? I just don't understand because they broke up a partnership. Yes. It's malleable though. The Queen of Pentacles goes, there's something to this, especially when people start getting along. There's no tranquility. It is a weather force that comes through, and the storm comes in, and you hear the storm is upon us, and you get triggered because you said this is something out of like a Marxist facts. And you are intuitive, they would say during that time. But really, it was a new journey. They literally uprooted in Roanoke Island and moved out. That's what we would say. So we're going to look into that. So when we see it, we're looking at our tarot cards, we're looking at our runes, we're looking at it just as a psychic medium and intuitive, and that we're not running with it instinctively. There was monetary balance there, absolute monetary balance in that island. That colony was so settled that I do see John Smith. I do see Pocahontas. I do see Plymouth up to the rock. And then when I see it on how other things can do, you go, oh God, here we are at a crossroads, at a railroad station. And where did that come from for something in the 1600s? I don't know. But I do see a celebration. And it's something like the movie The Patriot, where it was an island, it was a community, like a commune that lived along the beach. And they literally had anxiety and they literally had something of that nature live out of South Carolina. And when you see it, you go, the Hierophant goes, this is dictatorship, absolute dictatorship. The Hangman goes, no, you can't be done with this because it's an absolute crime to go around and be crying all the time. The Four of Cups goes, it really was a get together to get it done. But in reality, it went so far north to absolute destruction of an island. But the 10 of Wands in reverse goes, no, 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 no. Upheave battle, there is relief. With the Five of Swords with the Ten of Swords correlating together and working together, goes in a way unknown. And how is this related to Roanoke? These are the conversations that they're showing me in mediumship, acting it out on how they actually got things done throughout the day. There were mixed pieces of conversations, and then they would go about and do their business. But when it comes down to straight looking at something, it goes to a wheel of fortune of you can't get it done together. to complete something out. Because when I see this, the Four of Swords, you say, no, it's nothing done that way at all. You can't keep carrying out. So there was a propel forward when I do see that chest that we talked about with Appalachians that they had showed me along the beach. Uh, they're showing me a little bit of Outer Banks. I do see the lighthouse. And when I bring it down, it's more of, it feels like a Virginia island in between North Carolina and South Carolina that was like uh everything. So when I'm looking at Syncatigue, the Page of Wands says you can't get it together at all. The Emperor goes, no, this is masculine energy. And at the end of Appalachia Part 2, we had found out through psychic mediumship and through remote viewing that these cards revealed that it was a toxic masculinity that drove it out. So it is still a mystery on how a whole colony of individuals can up and leave with no traces whatsoever, and it flooded where you just have artifact. You just have artifacts. But there's signs that they were living, but where did they go? So doing a remote view right away, I'm seeing the island right away. It was a joke. They saw a wild boar and they connected it to something highly criminal towards them that they couldn't get done. So when you see that moon card comes through in a tarot reading, it's meant to be a mystery of a mark to get it done. And it's an MARC, which is type of criminal incidents that has like an unbeknownst cover up. And like we were talking about with the Salem, Massachusetts witch trials, there was a front story running to a back story running where you couldn't dig it up, where we had to say, did we have to recover? Is it a militia battle? Is it anything of this? Because this is such high disturbance to someone who's eating a bowl of pasta, to going to the bathroom to meet basic needs, to where all of a sudden they're sitting there and they're saying, yep, they called me a prostitute. And here they are. So when they said that, they say, I can't believe you sold yourself well. But what is it truly? We can feel things, we can hear things, even if you're not with all your gifts and your abilities and what is mixed with magic, your energy to get the job done in a daily way. So when I'm looking at Roanoke harshly, I say something really provoked them. They said 629 years right off the bat, right off the bat. So when I hear signs and symbolisms will be their downfall, it meant as a curiosity way. They're showing me Egypt. So in mediumship, two gentlemen, 1600s apparel, 1629. You can't go it through like so they're trying to like they're like making me do this in mediumship. Fish, fishing, contingent, uh, probation, fishing, in probation, probation officers in the current date and time when they are looking for fishing, they're looking for advancements of inappropriate sexual activity towards them. That's why this video is not really best for children, but we're always marked on something. What is reality? Even if my kids hear it, they need to know it. So when we say it in reality, you go about, don't be scared to get the ding. So when that goes through as mediumship. Let me translate the best I can. There was a lot of unhappiness with that story. There was monetary imbalance, but they had chests of gold, of silver. I see pearls. And then I hear pirating. They were pirating. And I go, no, unfulfilled wishes. There's something else coming through. The Queen of Wands goes, no, you can't even do it again. It's coming through harsh. The Queen of Pentacles goes, tranquility, security, sit stoically. The Strength card goes, weakness denounced. It was such an argument. They're showing me a picture and through mediumship with harsh viewing that you say it's like Ben Franklin and Independence Hall where they're arguing and then it leads back out. They're showing me to the Rosetta Stone. So when you see it again, it's a steal. It's a steal. And then I go, Jimmy Hoffa, Teamsters? Is it that crazy of a story about Roanoke Island and Teamsters and rebar? So when I see it, and I'm like, this is really harsh on how it got done. It went so fast and so quick that when you look at this, you say, this is a journey that must be done. That is exactly what they said. It went so harsh with words in a dinner table that I'm seeing as a psychic that you say, there's going to be contracts, there's going to be stipulations, there's going to be check-ins if we don't get this done. And the Page of Wands goes, this is a new offering. And it looks really good because look at this page. You can't see it at all. And that is where the tower moment comes in. It causes a lot of drama to a play out to where you say, are you acting or are you not? And we have to look at it when they dug up the island in the current date and times in the last 30 years, the artifact showed of a clay pot of known to get it done with an odd shaped ring of a carving where when I'm looking at even TikTok, you can't see it. So when you see it, is this actually like bipolar grandiose thoughts that like a lot of people who have mental illness have a tendency to be loners and nomads? And I'm like, well, I don't know about this, but this is true. But the King of Cups goes, I don't know in reverse. This is something that's never been done before. This is a type of celebration where it's nixed. And I hear nil none nitch to be a bay. They literally took things away from them. It was, if you don't give me what you need, I will be the one to care for you. And it went car and they left an E out. So it went to terms down there that they're speaking highly through me in mediumship at Roanoke. That it had stone face. The Ace of Pentacles goes, no, loss of money. So when I'm seeing it as a play out, when they sat and it went to terms on the table, it played out exactly like it was to this day. What do we do in this day and age that you can get it done? And it literally is a step tier contract. It's usually known with unions of putting it on the table and having a slap on the wrist. So when I'm looking at the elders in Roanoke, they had wealth more ways than one because their heritage, their gifts, and their abilities was not out of tune. They could hear the frequencies coming. That the 10 of Wands comes in and says, no, in reverse, it was with ease, alleviated ease. you can't even get it out. It was playing out like Eastern Europe was, like Salem witch trials and Plymouth, unsettling. It was such a halt stop that you went steal, spell it. And I see STELE to STEAL. Then I look at Bonnie and Clyde and the way she limped, she had steel in her. Three of Pentacles. Go. So a magician never really reveals exactly what it is, but there is ways that magicians can litigate and mitigate a way to get it done on a known to be a bone. Lack of teamwork. That is where that fiery started. It was a peaceful protest to have it known, but you can't get it in. So when I looked at this, I said, hermit mode. These generations from Roanoke and others that settled and planted and rooted and seeded to give it gone must be known because they're sitting there stoically. They're like, it's happening. It really is. It's not well planted. Excuse my dog. We have a tractor going by. So when we see the Five of Pentacles in reverse, there is alleviation from money, but not much. The Four of Pentacles is there is monetary securement, though. There is a discontent in a family. It always kicks up like that. All of a sudden, everyone's arguing, like the Crucible. Those three teenagers went da 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 in their own way, and they went, "Yep, run in." All of a sudden, a family that is fine starts having an uptick to an upkick, to where all of a sudden they are criminals. Where does it start? Where does it stop? That is the whole story in mediumship that they want you to know. It was such imbalance. They just said, all right, goodbye. As soon as they saw the pig come in, they went, yep, pork is gone. Secured. Wealth, inheritance, all of it. The Knight of Cups says you can't get it done by yourself. Yep, spell by all forms. Knight of Wands goes, no, it is not. It goes in a way unknown to be reknown. But when you see this, the struggle, is there a fight? There's a lot of putouts of fire still. I'm seeing that when people actually go to visit Roanoke area, suspected where it was left, there's something just not right afterwards in 50 years in the next life. There's like a curse underlying that kicked up from the soil from the hurricane. I hear they seem paranoid to hysterical, and I can't get it out of them, but they're screaming. That was one night at Roanoke where before that was 29 years before. So when you see it, you go, lovers, a may to a dismay. Absolutely. Absolutely. This will definitely have a part two of Roanoke, up to probably a 3 to a 4. But illusional, delusional. I'm seeing obscured. there was times that they were obscured and they had to get things done. Destabilization of communication. That is usually one of the things that is a trigger for everyone, even today, that they stop communicating. The Ace of Cups says, no, 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 you can't get it done. Yep. So when you see the Ace of Cups, you go, they were psychic. How come they're not? I don't know. On the foresight, I can't get it done. That's all you need to know. Complete. That's what just a stack the world. That's all they want. It is a stalemate that happened. Absolute stalemate. Now let's see what else. Drawn straight to the runes. Don't do wood. There's something about the pine in North Carolina. If you burn it, it is detriment if you're doing magic or any of that kind. They prefer birch. Othala, yes, absolutely. Everything was surrounded by estate and heritage of a hidden heritage and estate. So when you see it, you go, the wealth is beknownst, but unbeknownst in that area. It was a wheel of luck to live there. It literally was a luck. It had a lot of power. You were always chosen to settle there. So when I see it, I go, yes, fated. They were true fated to live there, even with the wheel of luck, because they would actually migrate there. They would collect everyone from different areas and live there. So when I see so wool right here, it is a type of sunstrike. So when I see sunstrike in the 1600s, you say, no, no, it's pretty solid, that sunstrike. It means about, go about, and you will see how solid that sunstrike would be. When I'm laying out on the beach, someone is showing me in mediumship. She's about 18 years old in the 1800s. You rejuvenate, you regenerate, you gain, and then you're calm and relax, and then you go. This is literally strength to be solid. Something would happen with these individuals there, and laying out on the beach, doing daily tasks would make them whole again to feeling like a man, like a human. So when I see canoe, I say it was exactly like the Patriot. Like they had torches, tiki torches, what we see today, and would celebrate about being alive. There was phenomena off the ocean, like a lighthouse, and it flowed hard and well. Hard and well. It is very scary, like a Davy Jones locker. It is nasty. So when I'm seeing in the Civil War, when they had the first submarine, it was a gift to be able to go down that far and actually see what's happening and actually go through it. Now, when I go a little bit too far up, I'm seeing it to Halifax area where the Titanic sunk, to where that first submarine is, where that fortress is. And I want to say fortress at the fort in South Carolina. And it plays out like the movie Patriot towards Roanoke again. These were individuals who were very solid. They were energy workers. They were good at everything that they do, that you can't understand how peaceful they were to be going into uh something like Pirates of the Caribbean. It happened at night. It happened at night. But I don't know why I see Seoul and it was solid with a sunstrike. I'm seeing like an eclipse of a phenomena, a solar eclipse phenomena where they saw it. It had something when you see Rido with this type of reading, it flowed through energy. I'm seeing anger. I am seeing heinous rain that went through. So when it boiled down to the pork of the beef of the cow to tow it out to town, it caused havoc. It was that nasty of everything. It literally was a defensive mode to just up and leave and have little trace behind. Because when I'm seeing this with Berkana and Birch and Birth, it leads back to Egypt, to where Cleopatra went haywire, going into something she would be 15 to 18 years old and going to a birthing center and going, I can't believe you did that. It was so defensive, warrior like. How did it get to the Civil War up to Appalachia, where they go, no, all form, done, can't do? You literally, it is a trolling. And like I was saying with the first video with Appalachia, it is a going on a trolling where it comes up here and goes, keep the momentum going because there's something not right. Disturbance of the peace, joy, absolute joy. Because you see Degas and I see this is like Degas. It literally is, it's not to be known. Ash, ash. There's something rising from the ashes, even to the current date and time. There's small hints of linking these conspiracy theories together, of historical data, of what really happened to cause such a freeze to where we are today and where we are in politics. So, how do we relate it to Roanoke in those days to current day politics of what we see on a daily? So let's take a look because I just can't get this out. I hear I just can't get it out at all. So intuitively, I hear this Light Seer's Tarot. All right. There's something about what they did daily, even when I'm looking at something in the military, if someone's a crew chief and doing on a daily, that they get a victory on something. It is a fix, it is a tool, it is a wheel that they're associating. It is a formidable review to no victory. So when I see it, it is secure. It is highly secure. It is almost when people have such trauma today that when they see little things, they go off the deep end so bad they run away in anxiety, in protect. But I'm seeing this as a guarding more, guarding. I hear unstable tranquility, ill justice, and this card is in reverse. Where at rest, they figure it out. It really hurts to do it that way, and it is confirmed. I hear there's multiple stories going on. You're not to figure it out. So when she says, or he says, stay in your lane right now, keep to your own story because it's working with the others. That's all you need to know. The Queen of Wands says there's a mastery when it comes to that. Because when you go to daily basis of criminal activity and it boils to healthcare, to politics, to insurance, to military, to everything, to law enforcement, to being a housewife, to being a stay-at-home mom who's homeschooling, you go, I secured everything just by staying home, but we need money. You have to work. I can't do it alone. Literally. Then it goes, there was something about the cranberries and then the berries on the trees, like the holly berries. And I'm seeing something of like potato, like odd potato up in the forest. And then I'm seeing something of a root. I'm like, it's probably Brackenhurst or something like that. That's what we're seeing right now. Highly planted, highly because it increases communication. So let's talk about fiddleheads and Brackenhurst. Uh, there's multiple names for that. It is a toxic plant. It is something that must be monitored. And when you monitor it, you must pick it at the right time of day. You must pick it at the right time of year, and you must pick it at the right season before. You usually gotta wait because if you wait too early or you wait too long, there's just something not right with them, and you can actually get really sick off of it. So when you look at it, it goes, yeah, it really is something of like a whim, a party to go out and get them. And they usually is out in the woods, but it literally caused a lot of issues up to a type of death and something. They saw it. They really did. It is truly an offering to have it done. It was such a little offering of a coin in Roanoke to a coin, even as like initiation into union, that you must say this was a really good idea because there's going to be some unfulfilled wishes. And that is all you need to know. So, since this was really heavy today, doing part two of Appalachia and then going into Roanoke on the same day. That is all until a little bit tomorrow at the end of the day with the regular weekly report. With other than that, we will talk to you soon and have a good day. Part two coming in hopefully soon.